Hi, y'all. It's me, Danny Daniels. Today is Thursday, June 13th. It's officially Juneteenth season. Yay! And I am not excited. I have to get up this morning and come down to the courthouse for my jury summons. I actually received two jury summons. One of them was for 2 days ago. And I had to call and say, look, I'm off on Thursday. I work. So I know you're not supposed to have to serve twice in one season with jury duty. So I wrote them and I'm like, I have another jury summons. I'd rather go to this one on Thursday since it's my off day instead of coming on Tuesday. They wrote me back. We can dismiss you because if you serve one time, you don't have to serve another time, but you would have to come in to do that. I'm like, okay, listen, the way my work is set up is that if I'm not there in the morning, then I miss that entire day because really what they need me for is to get my client up and acclimated in the morning. So somebody has to be there in the AM. So I explained this and she says, yes, well, we still need you to come in and we can get you rescheduled or dismissed. So I wrote her back. I think it's the jury commissioner who I was talking to. I wrote her back. I said, that's redundant and it defeats the purpose of me allowing you to be aware. I said, I think it's just a shame that people who try to obey the law are punished by the law because I'm trying to do the right thing. A lot of people, and I'm aware of this happening, a lot of people, when they get a jury summons, they just throw that stuff in the trash and act like they never received it. Here I'm trying to do the right thing. I'm like, I received two. And I let her know. I said, I will definitely be there for the Thursday session. I just don't want to have to take time off to come in to request not to appear. That it makes no sense. I said, I know that the reason why you guys have to do this is because so many people do the wrong thing. They don't do the right thing. And then the good people have to suffer for what bad people do. It happens time and time again. It drives me nuts. Because the law is not for good people. The law is written for good people. But bad people, fuck the law. They don't care. They do what they want to do. And it's sad. And I happen to be a law-abiding citizen. Matter of fact, I'm so ridiculous that if I'm speeding, and yes, I have sped before. Raise your hand if you're guilty. Anyway, I'm a law-abiding citizen. If I am speeding and I get stopped by the cops, I get nervous. I get so nervous. One time I was speeding, summertime, school district, and I was trying to hurry to get home because I had to take my daughter to her doctor's appointment, and I couldn't get out of the office because everybody was Dana, 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 and I'm like, I'm changing my name. Yes, that's my name. My pen name is Danny Daniels. For those of you who didn't know, now you know. Anyway, so they kept calling my name. I'm like, ugh. So I get stopped. The officer turns on his lights and I'm like, okay, I'm busted. But I was so nervous that the light in front of me turned red. You're supposed to pull over when the cops pull up behind you. But since the light in front of me, it turned red, I was too nervous to acknowledge the fact that I have a red light. I drove through the freaking red light. So the cop reaches me. He says to me, he says, okay, do you know why I'm pulling you over? Yes. I said, yes, for speeding. So he tells me, yeah, you were speeding. He goes, do you also realize that you ran a red light? I'm like, what? Oh, yeah, I did. He said, well, why did you run a red light? I said, because I was scared. I'm in trouble. I don't want to be in trouble. And so we're both laughing. And so he doesn't write me the ticket for running the red light. And he tells me to be careful. And unbeknownst to him, thank God, I was later than I needed to be. So I sped right after I got the ticket. But he don't know. So shh, don't tell nobody, okay? And that beeping is because I don't have my seatbelt on. I'm going to put my seatbelt on and then I'll be back. Okay. See you guys soon. So I had to get my little happy self on the road. Anyway, so I need to open my sunroof. I'm hot. Anyway, they what happened with my first jury selection with the commissioner that I was talking to, she laughed at me because I said, because people lie so much, it makes me want to choke somebody out. And so she emails me back and she says, LOL. I tell you what, just send me your client's doctor's information and I will go ahead and release you. So I sent her that information or whatever I thought would suffice. She accepted it. So she said I was dismissed. So I didn't have to report on Tuesday. But I did report today. And I'm hoping that they don't select me because the process is you go in and they have about 125 people there. You go in, they give you a random number if they're going to want you to come back. So what they do is you fill out this questionnaire, you tell them why you can't serve or don't want to serve or whatever, and answer some other questions that they have. And then they call your name out and they give you a juror number. You write that number in the right-hand corner of your questionnaire. Then after they give you, if they call you and you get a number, you have to call back the next day. So tomorrow I'll have to call back to see if, once they've gone through all their questionnaires, if they decided to retain me as a juror or dismiss me. I'll have to call tomorrow to find out if I've been dismissed. There is a way you can be dismissed on the first day because they always overpull in case people don't show up for their jury summons. If they don't assign you a number, then you're dismissed right away that day. I was hoping that would be my case. No such luck. Yeah, so they called me. So yeah, I have a juror number. So I have to call tomorrow, find out if I've been dismissed. And I am hoping to be dismissed because this is a murder trial that they anticipate lasting for 2 weeks. Now, exciting is a murder trial. I got some issues. Anyway, as exciting as a murder trial sounds, I'm not interested. I'm just really not interested. What if it were, they anticipated lasting 2 weeks? But what if it's something like, something sensational like the OJ trial or something? I would be there all freaking day. Not all freaking day, but could be months. I don't want to be in a murder trial for months. Ew. No, thank you. So I was not excited. I was not one of those people hopping and skipping, talking about, oh yay, murder trial. No, leave me alone. So anyway, yeah, I don't know. Please don't call me. I tend to stand out. Don't ask me why. I don't know why, but I stand out in a crowd and people are like, yeah, that girl. No, I am not Mary Tyler Moore. I am not that girl. I'm stressed out, y'all. I'm so stressed out. I have to stop at Chick-fil-A. I know I'm supposed to be going to Jamaica in a few months, so I was trying to get rid of this core, but I needed that sweet tea. I sure did. I'm gonna be back in a minute. Hold on a second. I got some more driving to do. I'll be back. Hey y'all, I'm back for a real quick minute. I'm gonna tell y'all a little bit about this. Oh my gosh, the sun. Hold on, let me switch around. Okay, let me go to this side. I know that was raggedy. Shh, be quiet. Anyway, so I'm gonna tell y'all a little bit about this jury process because I don't know. I was driving, got interrupted, so I'm not sure if I told y'all this process. This process is you go in, they tell you to fill out this query form. This one was 3 pages long. And they gave me a list to tell you, see if you know any other names of the people who are involved in the case. And I didn't know anybody. I was hoping I did anything. I'm looking for any reason that I could give them to not select me because I don't want to be selected. So fingers crossed, y'all. I'm just hoping. I'm hoping. Anyway, so They give you a number. They call your number and it's associated with your name. Then you put that name in the right-hand corner of your query forms. However many pages it is, you put that number in the upper right-hand corner. And then they give you this green paper, and you have to call that green paper to see if, after reading your query sheets, they have dismissed you. If they haven't dismissed you, then you have to report in. I would have to report in on Monday. And then I would have to be questioned directly face to face. So if I don't get dismissed at that time, then I'm on the jury panel, and the jury panel is expected to have to appear for 2 weeks. Now look, I'm out here trying to secure the bag. So if I don't work, I don't get paid. Now, if I work corporately, sure, this would be right up my alley, because a murder case, wow, how interesting, right? Womp womp for me right now. It's the last thing I need. I got too much stuff to do. So I'm hoping, oh, fingers crossed, and I'm praying that they'll dismiss me. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. And then I'll come back and talk to y'all more about that later. So maybe I might not mention it, because really, it's not very interesting. Now that I told you what the jury process looks like, the jury duty process looks like, that's about it. There's nothing else exciting about it. It is what it is. And if they select me, of course, sorry for picking in my eye, that's a bad habit of mine, I can't talk about the case because they don't let you. So there's nothing more that I can say about that. I don't know that I want to. I know it's our duty, is our civic duty, to be a part of the whole jury process. But shoot, I had a hard time the last time I had jury duty. I was selected for the foreman, and that was just a traffic violation. And what concerned me is the guy kept coming in he had no lawyer. He couldn't afford a lawyer. So he kept coming in with his uniform on, because if he said if he got one more ticket, then he might lose his job. I'm like, okay, so you elected to have a jury trial, and then you just told us that if you get one more ticket, you're going to lose your job. Yeah, 9 times out of 10, buddy. That means, or at least what he put in our heads was, I get tickets all the time, so much so that my job says if I get another one, I'm going to be fired. You just told everybody that you're probably guilty. You need a lawyer so you would know what not to say. I know if I had to defend myself, I talk too darn much. I wouldn't need a lawyer, because I would just be given way too much information. They'd be like, did nobody ask you all of that? Leave some room for doubt, you know? Like when a man is pursuing a woman, he doesn't necessarily need all her goodies hanging out like the pole dancers display. He needs your goodies, kind of disclose. He needs to see you in that little black dress, so he has just as much curiosity piqued that he wants to know what's underneath without it being displayed. You don't have to be like Basic Instinct and part your legs open. You don't have to do that. You don't have to let him get a glimpse of whether or not there's a bear down there or a naked cat. Let his curiosity be piqued. That's what I say. So with all of that said, that's enough said. So I'm going to sign off for today. You guys have a great day and be blessed. And I'll holler at you later.